Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hargett Field on the campus of Loyola Blakefield for this MIAA A-Conference playoff matchup between your Loyola Dons and the Boys Latin Lakers. I'm Joe Eldridge, here with Alex MD to bring you today's game. Alex, what do you think the keys for Loyola are?
Well, Joe, Loyola's won 3 out of its last 4 matchups, so it's going to be important for them to keep that going. They came out flat in the last game against Calvert Hall, so they can't afford to get off to a slow start today. But we've seen this offense has been very well balanced, first and second line, very talented. And Henry Tolker has really taken over down the stretch for the Dons this year. And I expect them to lean heavily on him today. And then on the boys Latin side, they've got to get Ben Smith and Dominic Petramala going a little bit more. Loyola shut them down in the first half before they started to make some noise in the second half. But if they're going to hang in this game in a tough environment to play at Hargett Field, BL is going to have to get contributions from his starter right from the start of the game.
Definitely, and Petramala is definitely going to be one of BL's biggest keys, regarded as arguably the #1 player in the class of 2022 going to North Carolina. Definitely was able to contribute for BL in the second half when Loyola last played them, I think about a week ago. It was a 12-10 win for Loyola. It's definitely a close game going towards the end.
It's going to be another great game to watch. Beautiful day for lacrosse. Both sides are loaded with Division I talent. I'm looking at the goalie matchup today between Jack Webb, who's going to Johns Hopkins, and Cardin Stoller, the junior netminder for the Lakers, who will be taking his talents to Rutgers.
Between the Lakers of the Boys Latin School of Maryland and the Dons of Loyola Blakefield. At this time, we ask that you please rise, please remove your hat as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Starting off today for the faceoff X, it's going to be number 11, Mac Moreland, going to Salisbury for BL. And Loyola's been rotating between the VMI commit, Ian Gieseman, and the Hofstra commit, Cole Myers, but they've been running with Myers a lot lately.
That's right. They like to mix it up there at the X, keep their guys fresh to give them the best advantage. As we know, games are won and lost at the faceoff, so I'd expect the team who's able to control the draws to have the best chance at winning today. We know both teams have high-powered offenses, and it's also going to come down to which defense can step up. Both gave up over 10 goals last weekend, and that's probably not going to cut it in this high-stakes game.
So it looks like BL is actually going to go with number 12, Thomas Moxley, and at the face-off to go against number 33, Cole Myers.
That's an interesting move for the BL coaching staff. Moreland has been their guy all year, but he did struggle against Loyola. So maybe it's just a matchup thing here.
Loyola's got Hawes and Rice in on the wing as Moxley wins the faceoff. So that's going to be number 9, Don Pietramalo, now with the ball, guarded by number 35, Billy Dwan.
And Loyola's defense opens up in a man to start this game. We've seen them flip back and forth to zone to throw off the offense and give them some different looks. I'd expect them to switch it up a bit this afternoon.
It's going to be number 7, Jacob Pachero, dodging, taking it down the alley, getting it to number 32, Ben Smith at X. Smith's guarded by number 27, Kevin Doyle, as Rice deflects that pass. Rice unable to save it. It's going to be BL ball. It's going to be Garrett Glatz taking it around. Ryer shouting out the dodge, guarded by Michael Hawes.
That's a quick double from Billy Dwan there. Left a guy open, but Matt Rice is able to scoop up the ground ball. And Rice has really been a factor defensively for Loyola, coming up with ground balls all over the place in their last matchup against Boys Latin.
Definitely. Rice has definitely made a significant contribution the past couple weeks since he started playing with a long pole. Get their offense going. It's going to be Tucker, Dixon, and Miller in at midfield for Loyola, going with Chorus, Mason Cook, and Henry Tolker at attack. Cook taking it, guarded by Foster.
Cook is just a freshman, but you wouldn't be able to tell it. He plays the game with a lot of poise and has made a staple in this offense throughout the year.
Tucker shot good. Loyola taking an early 1-0 lead, 10:03 left in the first.
Boys Latin was unable to find an answer for Kevin Tucker in their last matchup, and that problem continues as Tucker makes a nice split dodge, really got his hands free to shoot. No slide came there from BL, and he stuck it in the top corner.
Moxley able to pull out the faceoff for BL as Rice grabs the ground ball. Rice getting over to Hawes, hold out possession, get their substitutions in.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of answer Boys Latin's coaching staff can come up with for Tucker. Are they going to double the ball? They're going to always make sure to have a pull on him. They didn't last time, and that really hurt them there.
Cook getting around to Chorus in the back corner. Swing it around. That's number 46, Matt Griever, deflecting the pass there.
We're going to see Loyola work the ball around the horn methodically, and they like to take as much of that shot clock as they can and look for the best look.
Dixon on the dodge, gets the double. Looks to flip it to Tucker, unable to get it. It's picked up by number 17, Eddie Lloyd. It's going to be Ben Milan taking it for BL as he gets poked out, picked up by Pietramala.
Loyola looks to be the more energized team right off the bat. They've got the support of a bigger fan base than usual. The student section is here as well, and I think that's just something they're going to be feeding off all game long.
Moreland on the dodge, getting it back to X. It's going to be Glatz taking it around, guarded by Dwan.
Really no room to dodge for the Lakers middies thus far in this game. Loyola's playing some airtight defense yet again.
It's going to be a ground ball. Peter Mala picks that up for BL. He gets quickly doubled. Still a ground ball. Looks like there's going to be a loose ball foul. As that ball gets stripped from Dwan. It looks like that's going to be a holding penalty on BL. It looks like that's going to be on number 9, Dom Pietramala. Excuse me, it is not going to be a hold. It is going to be a slash on number 9 for BL, Dom Pietramala. Loyola's going to go man up for 1 minute.
And Matt Burnham, Loyola's junior attackman, will make his first appearance of the day.
It's going to be Celio dumping it over to Charlie Corus. Miller shot goes wide. That's going to be picked up by Burnham in the back corner.
That was nice ball movement there by Loyola. When you have the defense on their heels, you can often find a skip pass, and that's what they did. Miller just a little bit off target with his shot.
Miller's low shot, good. Loyola capitalizing on that extra man opportunity with 30 seconds left in the penalty. Loyola taking a 2-0 lead with 7:03 left in the first.
That's right, and Hayden Miller didn't make the same mistake twice there. He made sure to give the goalie a different look there and buried it in the 5-hole.
It's going to be a new matchup at the faceoff X. Mac Moreland for BL and Ian Giesman for the Dons. Giesman able to pull that out as Moreland gets the ground ball, giving BL possession. It's going to be Jacob Pacheco holding the ball out for BL as they get their substitutions, guarded by Rice.
That was a nice effort to get that ground ball there by Moreland. All face-offs have been tightly contested so far, and they've come down to which wing player can get the best angle and position himself to get that ground ball.
It's going to be number 35, Ryer Shell, on the dodge. Pacheco loses the ball there. Picked up by Schoenwetter. It's a shot there by Ben Smith. They're going to say it's no good as Webb gets the ground ball.
Smith had the Dons caught out of position there, but he couldn't make them pay for it.
Hawes getting it up to Schoenwetter for the clear, and that's where Loyola has been extremely successful this year, is on that clear, as Loyola's going to sub in their second line of middies with Tommy Niehaus and TJ Gravanti and Matt Burnham.
Absolutely, Joe, and they've limited Boys Latin's second chance opportunities as well. It's been one shot, one trip down the field, and the Lakers have been empty-handed so far.
Burnham gets the pick there from Tolker, getting it up to Gravanti. Niehaus on the dodge, kicking over to Gravanti towards the alley. Gravanti left shot, bouncer good. 5:13 left in the first. Loyola taking an early 3-0 lead as Boys Latin's going to call a timeout.
Clearly, Loyola saw something in film this past week to make them shoot low, as 2 out of the 3 goals have come via bounce shots. And I think Stoller was screened in front. That was a pretty far shot. It didn't look like he was able to track that ball completely.
Definitely. Gravanti's been that sort of catalyst on that second line of middies, being able to create something offensively, either getting an assist by drawing a couple pulls or being able to score off a dodge.
That's right. I've been really impressed with Loyola's depth this year. They've got several guys like Gravanti that can just come off the bench give your team a spark. The game that comes to mind the most is against McDonough. Even in a losing effort, Gravanti registered 3 assists, and you're going to need that kind of depth come playoff time, as the first line will often get tired in a hard matchup, and it's going to come down to who has the fresher legs at the end.
Definitely, Loyola's shown depth, especially having some Division I guys coming off the bench, running with that second line. Guys like Tommy Niehaus, who's going to Mount St. Mary's. Being able to show Loyola's depth and get stuff going. Loyola up 3-0, taking that early lead. Going with 5:13 left in the first, as Giesemann and Moreland are going to line up at the faceoff X.
Boys Latin's just got to stop the bleeding, and that starts at the X right now. You can take care of everything after, but you got to win the faceoff first.
It looks like Loyola is going with number 21, Matt Dixon, number 39, Peter Lake, subbing into the game. Some of you may remember first game against McDonough, Lake suffered an injury and missed a good amount of time. He's checking back in.
Great to see him back out there. That was certainly a scary situation.
And Lake dishes it to Matt Dixon, who clears it up to Charlie Corse for the goal. Loyola taking a 4-0 lead with 4:58 left in the first. And nothing more you love to see than Peter Lake checking into the game for the first time since its injury against McDonough, coming back and leading to a scoring possession.
Didn't take long for Peter Lake to get the offense going there as he dished out a hockey assist, started the fast break, and Loyola's ball movement has been crisp.
Giesemann pulls out the faceoff for Loyola. Lake gets it over to Corus, hold out possession for their substitutions. Looks like Loyola's going to be running back with that first line of middies with Tucker, Dixon, and Hayden Miller.
Lakers just look flustered at the moment, not really sure what hit them. This Don's attack has been lethal so far, and they keep throwing punch after punch.
Cook getting it over to Matt Dixon. Tucker getting it up towards midfield, guarded by number 18, John Moranto. Dixon, low shot, no good. It's going to be picked up by Mason Cook.
That last possession there just showed how valuable Tucker is to this offense. He beat his man right off the bat and forced an early slide, leaving a man wide open.
It's going to be Hayden Miller taking it behind the goal, getting it to Mason Cook. Tucker now with the dodge on Moranto. Looking to body his way through, gets quadruple teamed, loses the ball. It looks like that's going to be a penalty there on BL.
That's going to be a slash for sure. I mean, 3 Boys Latin defenders were hacking away there on Tucker.
That's going to be a penalty on number 46, Matt Griever. Loyola's going to have their extra man up for 1 minute. Their last extra man possession, Hayden Miller was able to get a goal, putting Loyola up 3-0. Loyola cycling the ball around, trying to find something to get open. Corus uncontested on the hop step for the shot. Goes high. It's going to be Burnham picking it up behind the goal.
You saw Nate Kraus there, Boys Latin string man in the middle. He sort of cheated over to Tucker, leaving Corus wide open.
Miller's high shot just over the corner of the goal. Burnham's going to pick that up. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Tolker's shot goes high.
It's bombs away for Loyola right now. They're getting open looks. One of these is going to go in soon.
Say, especially with this bombs away approach, it's not like they're taking bad shots. A lot of these shots are wide open, being uncontested. Miller's shot, good. Loyola now up 5-0, 2:43 left in the first quarter. Loyola going on a hot streak, taking off.
And there it is. If you get 5 shots on a 1-minute man up, you're bound to score. And this is really a change we've noticed over the last few weeks. Back in the beginning of the year, Loyola moved the ball more methodically, even on the man up, and generated maybe 1 or 2 shots. But there we see them peppering Stoller, and it's tough for even the best of goalies to face an uncontested shot from 8 yards.
Giesman picking up the faceoff. Loyola's running with another new midi. They're going to put in the limestone commit, number 17, Liam Kraus.
The L is quick to rotate out its personnel. They're looking for some sort of spark. Down 5-0, you look to find any sort of advantage you can get.
Gravanti now with it's going to be Burnham. Loyola's running with that second line of middies of Niehaus, Burnham, and Gravanti. Loyola quick cycle through, getting that offensive movement as Burnham gets it up to Niehaus. Loyola's done a good job of spreading out that BL defense to find a crease to be able to score in. Loyola's last game against Calvert Hall, they started off extremely slow, being down 10-1 at halftime, but went on a 10-2 run in the second half, losing only 12-11. It's like Loyola's continued with that momentum from the Calvert Hall game. So there's only about a minute left as Gravanti loses the ball and BL picks up possession. That's going to be number 17, Eddie Lloyd.
After stumbling a bit to start the season, Loyola's really gotten hot at the right time.
Pacheco, uncontested on the shot, gets it high on Webb, good. BL putting up their first goal of the day, 1:09 left in the first, down 5-1.
That being said, a 4-goal lead is not very much in lacrosse, and it's going to take a full 4 quarters today.
Definitely. Lacrosse, especially at this level with the MIAA, thrives off of teams going on high number goal runs, being able to keep games close. It's like they're going to call a penalty on Cole Myers. That's going to be BL ball, number 22, Nate Kraus taking it. It's going to be Pietramala guarded by Larkin. Get it over to Garrett Glatz.
Lakers have been struggling one-on-one. I would look to set some pick and rolls if I were this coaching staff to just generate some free real estate.
Walsh getting it to Glatz at X. Glatz looks to take Dwan. Glatz looked for the shot. It's picked up by Ben Smith. Good recovery there by Matt Rice, is able to strip the ball as Hawes takes it for the clear.
And that was a goal-saving recovery there by Rice. That's not going to show up in the box score, but those kind of plays really go a long way in a playoff game.
2 seconds left. Tolger just threw it towards the goal, and that's good.
Wow, I think he got a deflection there in front. Looks like Rice or Chorus may have gotten their stick on it.
Not completely sure what happened, as there was a crowd in front of the goal, but Loyola goes up 6-1 going into the second quarter. And going into the second quarter, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of the second quarter between your Loyola Dons and the BL Lakers. Loyola's up 6-1 as Moxley pulls out the faceoff for BL. Looks like that play got blown dead as it looked like the ref called a penalty on Loyola, but it's actually gonna be Loyola ball now as Tolker's gonna take it up near midfield.
Looked to be an illegal procedure there on BL. Maybe stepping in the stick. Bit difficult to tell, but Loyola will start off this second quarter in possession.
It's gonna be Miller getting it over to Tucker up top. Loyola's done extremely well being well-versed, especially with their depth, as Hayden Miller's leading the team with 2 goals, but you've also got guys like Tolker and Chorus with goals.
Right, it's not just 1 or 2 guys for Loyola. This offensive barrage has really come from 5 or 6 different guys.
It's going to be Miller taking Matt Griever to the goal, getting it over to Tucker. Chorus, the dodge from X. Dixon's pass to Miller, went no good, picked up by Chorus, guarded by Owen Holder. Just over 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Chorus looks for the turnaround shot, no good as Tucker's gonna pick that up.
I'd expect to see a question mark dodge from Chorus on the next one. He's been going strong into one hand on his last few, and I think a question mark would really catch the defense on their heels. They're not going to expect him to turn back around and fire it with his offhand.
Miller taking it. Tucker luck to shoot the ball, picked up as Loyola gains possession. Ran out of time. Miller just threw it to the end line, forced BL to clear. Loyola's done a pretty good job defending clear so far this year. That's going to be Stoller with the ball. Getting it over to Eddie Lloyd. Lloyd gets it over to Moreland for the clear. As BL have possession with just over 10 minutes left in the first half.
This is going to have to be an extended possession for the Lakers. They've got to give their defense a breather.
Pishamala looked for a turnaround shot. Would have gone out of bounds, hit the ref, so BL maintained possession as Glatz now has the ball. Getting it to Smith behind X. Glatz's pass to Smith goes high. So it's going to be Loyola ball behind the goal. So looks like Matt Rice is going to take that for the Dons.
You don't see a mistake like that very often, especially for the Lakers' veteran players. That's something they can't afford to do, especially down 5.
Rice takes it, gets it over the midline, gets it up to Noah Bull. Haven't seen Bull much this season. He's got some more time in the past couple of days. So it was running back with that second line of middies of Gravanti, Niehaus, and Burnham. Gravanti's going to toss it over to Burnham. He's going to take it on the shorty, number 48, Tyler Owings. Burnham gets it over to Mason Cook up top. Loyola doing a good job of getting some off-ball movement, trying to find guys open. Tolker gets a pick from Gravanti. Stoller with the save.
That's a big one there for Stoller, especially to boost his confidence. He's been peppered all day, and that shot should get him going.
Graver's going to throw it cross field to Eddie Lloyd. Lloyd gets it over to Smith for the clear. SBL takes possession. Shell getting over to Glatz into the alley. BL's done a good job today of trying to get some ball movement going, but Loyola's defense has just been so dominant.
I don't think there's been enough off-ball movement for boys Latin today. A lot of guys standing still and just not enough pick and rolls to create some separation.
It's like Zapatello is going to try to take Schoenwetter to the goal. Bounce shot is no good. As Smith will pick it up in the corner. Looks to take Dwan to the goal. Looks like his pass to Glatz got deflected by Hawes.
Smith had the step there and an open man, but a nice recovery.
Pietramala looked for the turnaround shot, no good. As Webb, finding the alley to Hawes, gets it up for the clear.
Great job of holding his pipe there by Jack Webb. A lot of guys will tend to creep off the post as the attackman dodge across, but he stood his ground and came up with a big save.
Loyal getting their substitutions in, back with that first line of middies. Tucker's going to get it over to Matt Dixon, the Loyola Maryland commit. Cook's going to take number 41, Kyle Foster. As Tolker picks up the ground ball but loses it. So that's picked up by Nate Kraus for BL. BL done a good job this second half of staying strong on the defensive end. Stoller's done a better job of making saves so far in this second quarter, as Loyola hasn't scored since the end of the first.
Noah Bull is back out for his second appearance of the day. He's a great athlete, and they've been utilizing him more and more, like you said, in that defensive midi role, and he can surely out-hustle most guys.
Definitely playing football here with Noah. He's definitely a great athlete, knows how to use his body and use his feet. Definitely a big advantage for Loyola on the defensive end, as Lake's going to pick up Don Pietramala.
It's really an ill-advised shot there by Pietramala. He looks maybe to be a bit frustrated, hasn't got much going.
It's going to be Smith taking Doyle to the cage, getting to Glatz at X. Moreland going to the goal on Lake. Able to get the low shot on Webb good. BL cutting that Loyola lead back down to 4. 6-2, 5:27 left in the first half.
Moreland showing off that he's not just a Fogo. He's got some skill on the offensive end as well. And that big frame of his certainly makes it difficult for defenses to adjust. I mean, they doubled him, and he was still able to muscle his way through all the way to the top of the crease.
It's going to be Giesman and Moxley in at the faceoff X. Moxley pulls it out, able to get the GB. Gets quickly tripled. Loyola forces the ground ball, but it's picked up by Jacob Parcheo. Pietramala look to shoot on Webb. Webb gets it the clear to Henry Tolker. Past the bull, no good. Picked up by Cook though.
Heads up play by Webb to get that out quick, and that's something we've noted throughout the last couple of weeks. His vision, especially right after a save. That split second that he gets the ball out is the difference between a fast break.
So it's going to be Tucker on the dodge. Flipping it over to Hayden Miller. Miller looking for the behind the back shot, no good. Miller is somewhat known for that behind the back shot. Getting a couple of videos noticed by East Coast Dies Lacrosse on their Instagram for some of his behind the back shots in his club season this past summer. Miller kicking it back out to Tucker. Loyola doing a good job of getting ball movement in on this possession. There's just over 15 seconds left on the shot clock. So that's going to be Chorus taking Holder to the goal. That's going to be picked up by number 18, John Moranto. Stoller gets the high pass up to Pacheco. As BL's able to clear it.
You can sense the momentum sort of shifting a little more in BL's favor over the last few minutes here. They've been able to string a few defensive stops together and have shown some life on offense.
Smith taking Doyle to the goal. Great save there by Jack Webb. It gets it over to Bateman. Loyola's looking for a push as Bateman got hit from behind, passing the ball. Not sure what Peachtree was trying to do there, trying to spin off of Larkin and shoot. That's going to be picked up by number 10, Garrett Glatz in the alley.
All right, I think he's trying to do a little too much right now, forcing the ball a little bit from tough angles. And when you find yourself down 4, it's important to stick with the offensive game plan. It will start working eventually.
It's going to be Smith up top, guarded by Doyle. Zapatello getting it over to number 36, Jackson Walsh. Shell looks the body. Hawes, that shot gets deflected. Peachtree looking to take Larkin to the goal now. Shot goes wide. 25 seconds left on the shot clock, 2:13 in the first half. As Walsh will take it behind the goal for BL. Picked up by Bateman. Turnaround shot, no good. Zapatello picks it up, immediately picked up by Matt Rice. That BL will call a timeout, their second of the half. And with that timeout, we're going to go to a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. With 2:03 left in the first half, BL has possession, down by 4 to Loyola. It's going to be Ryer Shell taking it with his left on Jack Schoenwetter. Looks like that ball got knocked loose as Smith looks to go pick it up. Looks like they're going to call a push there on Kevin Doyle, and that's going to be BL ball as Smith takes it immediately. Nobody picks up Shell. His bounce shot, no good. 1:35 left in the first half. As Glatz will get it over to Smith.
Looks like this BL offense is starting to click. Loyola came out of the gate so fast. They look to be a little bit deflated. It's important for BL to take advantage of this opportunity. And if you're Loyola, you just got to come up with one more stop and take a 4-goal lead into the half.
It looks like they're going to say Matt Rice deflected that pass. So it's going to stay BL ball. And Rice has been one of those big guys on the defensive midfield line for Loyola, making some big plays as Smith's bounce shot goes high. Pietramala at X taking Larkin. Turnaround shot, no good. Loyola's done a good job of stopping Don Pietramala as he's had no goals today.
All right, and that's a routine stop there from Webb. As a goalie, that's exactly where you want the shots coming from, 12 yards out, high to high.
Rice on the low shot, no good, saved by Stoller. So that's going to be number 7, Jacob Pacheco with the ball, guarded by Rice. Moreland's shot saved by Webb. As he throws the ball on the back of the goal, it's going to be picked up by Dwan. Dwan looks to heave it, and that'll end the first half. Loyola up 6-2. We'll be back shortly to bring you the start of the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the start of the second half on this fantastic Saturday morning between your Loyola Dons and the BL Lakers. I'm Joe Eldridge here with Alex Emdy to bring you the start of the second half. Loyola took a quick 5-1 lead at the end of the first quarter. It was stagnant, fairly stagnant, as it's only 6-2 now. Alex, what do you think Loyola's keys are going into the second half?
It's going to be withstanding the run from BL. As we mentioned in the pregame, lacrosse is a game of runs, and it's going to come down to who can be most consistent at the end. We're in for a great finish here at Hargaden Field. 24 minutes left to see who books their trip to the MIAA semifinals in Annapolis to take on the winner between McDonough and St. Paul's.
It's going to be Pacheco now with the ball, getting it over to Mac Moreland. Moreland's been one of those catalysts on the offensive end for BL, having a goal already, being able to use his size to body through. As Pacheco runs through Jack Schoenletter. Larkin able to pick up the loose ball. That's going to be another slash on number 9, Don Pietramala. So he's got a free possession here. Rice looks for the bounce shot. Is no good as Carden Stoller saves it.
That's Pietramala's second slash of the day, and he's going to be taking a seat in the penalty box for another minute. And that BL just can't afford that, especially from their senior leader.
Loyola's going to bring on their extra man offense with Hayden Celio, Henry Tolker, Charlie Corris, Hayden Miller, Matt Burnham, and Mason Cook. It's going to be Tolker taking it up near midfield for the Dons. 1 minute on the extra man opportunity.
I think you're going to see Loyola move the ball around once, see what boys Latin defense shows them. And then we've seen on the last couple man-ups, Miller will start making his way to the right across the goal mouth, and you'll see a backdoor cut of some sort.
Tolker shot, saved by Carden Stoller. He'll take it and get over to Nate Kraus for BL on the man down clear. Just over 25 seconds left on the penalty clock. That's going to be Kyle Foster now with the ball. Getting it over to Ben Smith.
Looks like Loyola definitely settled there. That was certainly not the best shot they could have come away with. And I would expect boys Latin to be more disciplined down the stretch. So if you're Loyola, you got to take full advantage of the mistakes the Lakers give you.
Pietramala now out of the penalty box. Dodging to his left. Gets it to Smith at X. Smith takes that around. Shell's shot deflected by Webb, going out of bounds. It's going to be Pietramala picking it up behind the goal. Pietramala look for the behind the back shot. No good. Is it going to say BL has possession of that? Bounce shot by number 14, Gavin McLernan, no good.
Webb slams the door shut again, and he's up to 8 saves already.
With that, that's going to be a goal for number 32, Ben Smith, on the doorstep. Cutting that Loyola lead down to 3.
Not much Webb could do there. That's on the defense. It looked as though they were caught ball watching, which has been a tendency for them throughout the year.
Definitely, they got caught by staring at the ball at X as Smith was able to cut behind the defense and get an open shot on the doorstep. It's going to be Myers and Moxley at the faceoff X. That's going to be a face-off violation on BL, as Tucker's going to take that and give Loyola possession. Chorus getting it up to Matt Dixon. Loyola hasn't scored since the last second of the first quarter when they had that tip goal. It looks like, I believe, was credited to Matt Rice. It's going to be Hayden Miller taking it on Nate Kraus. Drew the slide, dishing it off to Tolker, as Tolker's got the shorty on him now.
If I'm Loyola, I'd put the ball right back in the hands of Hayden Miller. He just created the most separation on a dodge I've seen in quite some time.
It's going to be Tevin Tucker taking it on the right side of the goal. Looks like Thursday Chorus stepped in the crease. It's going to be BL ball.
Looks like the Lakers are carrying that momentum over from the closing minutes of the first half here into the third quarter. And Loyola's going to have to stop the run. It's going to become important, or else BL is going to gain a head of steam, and they become very difficult to deal with if that's the case.
Ryan Spillman on the clear. Gets it over to Mac Moreland. Spellman taking it on the left, getting it to X. Pass to Moreland, goes incomplete as Moreland picked it up and flipped it to Glatz at X. Glatz's low shot, no good, picked up by Webb. Webb doing a good job again with his vision, getting it over to Hawes. Hawes getting it up to Bateman on the clear. Cook shot goes out of bounds. That's going to stay Loyola ball. It's like Loyola's going to run back with that second line of middies of Burnham, Gravanti, and Niehaus. As Burnham takes Griever. Tolker shot, good. Low corner. Loyola taking a 7-3 lead with 6:44 left in the third.
Low angle shot doesn't really matter if you can stick it in the opposite corner.
Great shot there by Tolker. Hitting that bottom corner on the goalie, Carden Stoller. Bring that Loyola lead back up to 4.
Loyola's done a great job of ball placement throughout this contest, making it difficult for even a goalie of Stolen's caliber to make many saves.
Good save there by Webb. So they're going to call a crease violation there on number 7, Jacob Pacheco, and it's going to be Loyola ball. Loyola going to get their substitutions on the clear. Flips it over top to Matt Rice. Cook uncontested. Low shot saved by Stoller. So he'll get over to Foster. It's going to be number 35, Ryer Shell, now with the ball picked up by Doyle. Shell quickly found himself into a double team. That's going to be Hawes picking that up after double teaming Ryer Shell.
This game has developed a nice flow to it here over the second half. Both teams going back and forth, trading blows. At the start of the game is Loyola doing all the work on the scoreboard.
Dixon and Tucker check in after the clear. As Tucker takes it immediately to his right. Getting over to Tolker. Dixon on the shot fake. Low shot saved by Carden Stoller. Chorus looked to flip it to Cook as he was able to recover the pass. Miller taking it, pulling out, getting it over to Dixon. Tucker's going to draw out Eddie Lloyd. Tucker's shot goes high. 58 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:44 left in the third. That's going to be Dixon taking it on the wing. Miller's behind the back shot, off pipe. This ball is going to be picked up by Charlie Chorus. So it looks like Kevin Tucker's down hurt. So that's going to be an injury for Kevin Tucker. And with that, we're going to go to a quick injury break. Looks like Tucker's able to walk off the field on his own power, which is a great sign to see for the Dons, being one of your captains and one of your best players on the team going to Maryland next year. 4:18 left in the third. Loyola still up 7-3.
It's going to be a big loss offensively. Looks like Tucker will be okay. Seemed to have gotten checked in the knee. He's getting some attention from the medical personnel. But the good news for Loyola is they do have several guys to step up. I would expect TJ Gravanti to see an expanded role here until Tucker can get back to full strength.
Looks like it's going to be BL ball with Stoller picking it up. So it's going to be Loyola's defense, or excuse me, Loyola's attack on the ride. Looks like Kyle Foster's just going to get that over. It's number 36. Jackson Walsh. It's Hopper Zappatello. Swings it over to Smith in the alley. Marshall dishing it over to Smith. Saved by Webb. Webb flipping it up top. Good clear. Getting it over to Matt Rice. Rice swings it over to Chorus. Chorus shot goes high. It's going to be picked up by Tolker. 3:35 left in the third.
Webb has been outstanding so far today. I mean, up to 11 stops and generating offenses. He's able to get that ball out so quickly, which started a fast break there. Chorus had a wide open shot, but just missed up high.
It's going to be Burnham taking it. Guarded by number 22, Nate Krause. It's going to be Gravanti taking it down the alley, taking it behind the goal. Guarded by number 46, Matt Griever, going to Denison to play football. Gravanti getting it up to Chorus up top. Just over 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Loyola's got to get something going. Burnham's going to take it. So he's going to pull that back out. Still guarded by Krause. Getting over to Gravanti. Gravanti's got 10 seconds to get something to get a shot. Looks like he used his body, create space. Saved by Stoller. That's going to be Mason Cook picking it up. Looks like Cook's going to try to take it to the goal. Looks like that's going to be saved by Stoller. Loyola on the ride now. That pass deflected. Looks like that was deflected by Tolker. As Lake picked it up and flipped it over to Mason Cook. As Noah Bull looks to shoot. Shoots wide. As Chorus will pick that up. 2:04 left in the third. Like I said earlier, that Loyola ride is definitely difficult to beat. BL having issues so far in this game, being able to beat the ride as they lost possession there.
All right, and that touch pass got away from Stoller a bit. Not enough on that. And 9 times out of 10, Loyola will make you pay.
So it looks like that is Kevin Tucker back on the field on the offensive end for Loyola. Tolker flipping over to Matt Dixon. It's over 35 left on the shot clock. Like he went for Tolker went for a behind the back pass that got immediately picked off by BL. That's gonna be a penalty. It looks might be on Mason Cook. As BL's got a free possession. As John Moranto's gonna flip it over to Gruber. Good save there by Jack Webb on the shot from Ben Smith. BL will have an extra man opportunity. So looks like that's gonna be Mason Cook going to the penalty box.
Webb really bailed his team out there. I mean, just an unnecessary behind the back play there. We've seen that a few times today. You shouldn't go to the behind the back unless that's your only option, and certainly the few shots by Hayden Miller could have been scored overhand.
It's like BL's got a 30-second extra man opportunity with Mason Cook in the penalty box. It's gonna be Smith at X taking it around. Get over to Walsh. It's that pass to Ryershow went incomplete as Larkin picks that up. Picked up by Kyle Archer of BL. Smith, bounce shot, no good. Looks like that's gonna be Pietramala picking up behind the goal. We're at full strength. 29.8 left in the third. Good recovery there by Rice. As Walsh was open. Ryershow losing possession of the ball there. Picked up by Larkin. But that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Loyola up 7-3. Great defensive matchup there in that third quarter for both teams. With that, we're going to go to a quick break to bring you the start of the fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the startup of the fourth quarter between your Loyola Dons and the BL Lakers. Loyola up 7-3. That's Moreland and Giesman at the faceoff X as Giesman pulls it out and gets the ground ball.
Once again, the stage is set for a great finish between the 4-seed Loyola Dons and 5-seed Boys Latin Lakers. The winner will take on the winner of the McDonough St. Paul's game. But we still got 12 minutes left in this one.
It looks like they're going to call that a 20-second clearing violation on Loyola. That's going to be BL ball.
It's up to Loyola's defense to close this one out. Offensively speaking, they're going to have to take care of the ball, not commit any turnovers, and maybe register 1 or 2 more goals.
Definitely, Webb's done a great job in the cage for Loyola, only allowing 3 goals, having double-digit saves.
Absolutely, he's been the player of the game for Loyola so far. I mean, if it weren't for him, we'd be looking at probably a tied game or even a Boys Latin lead.
Marlin's shot went high. It's going to be picked up by Pietramala behind the goal. Pietramala, one of the best players in the class of 2022, going to North Carolina, has been shut down all day by number 28, A.J. Larkin.
And they'll see a lot more of each other in college, as well as Larkin's heading to Maryland.
Shot by Glatz. It's no good. Picked up by number 14, Gavin McClurnan, as he picks up the goal for BL, bringing that Loyola lead down to 3, 7-4, 10:45 left in the ball game.
Definitely have a long way to go. 4-goal lead really isn't safe in lacrosse, and I'd expect Boys Latin to throw everything they have at Loyola's net here in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to get Pietramala and Smith going a little more, however, if they're going to make a complete comeback.
Giesman at the faceoff X. Loyola's also going to be running with Lake and Tucker on the wings. As Moxley pulls that out for BL, getting the 4-on-3 fast break. Smith able to get it to Glatz on the fast break goal. 10:37 left in the fourth. BL only down 7-5 now.
And just like that, the Lakers put up 2 goals in 10 seconds. And suddenly we've got ourselves a game.
Definitely, like you said earlier, Alex, lacrosse is a game of runs, and looks like BL might start going on a run, as they've had 2 goals in 10 seconds, bringing that 7-3 lead down to 7-5.
All right, Loyola's going to have to stop the bleeding by getting a win at the faceoff X to give themselves a nice long possession.
Good job by Rice there, picking up the ground ball, getting possession for Loyola. Cook getting it over to Miller. Loyola's back with that first line of Tucker, Dixon, and Miller. Miller's leading Loyola right now with 2 goals. He's done a great job dodging and creating space for himself, both at full strength and on extra man opportunities. Dixon on the dodge. Tucker taking it with his left. Get it over to Dixon as that pass got deflected by number 17, Eddie Lloyd.
You could see Tucker immediately drew 2 defenders right there. So Loyola should look to put the ball back in his stick and see what he can do with it.
Tucker flipped it to Dixon. Dixon was unable to handle the pass but regained possession. Guy gets on a bounce shot by Toker, saved by Stoller. Just over 9 minutes left in the ball game. BL on the clear. It's going to be Smith taking it behind the goal now as both teams get their substitutions in.
Loyola's been spending way too much time on the defensive end over the last quarter or so. And that could be the major factor leading to this BL run that they're on.
It's going to be Smith out at X. Taking it, guarded by Doyle. Turnaround shot by Smith, good. Loyola's lead now cut down to 1 with 8:19 left in the ball game.
Loyola's going to have to call a timeout to rediscuss their defensive game plan moving forward. Looks like BL suddenly flipped a switch and has been able to find the holes in this Loyola defense.
It's going to be Myers and Moxley now at the faceoff X. Both teams rotating through multiple faceoff guys. Myers able to pull it out and get possession for Loyola. Myers bounce shot. Almost went in, saved by Carden Stoller. As Lloyd will clear it. And he's got a free run to the goal. Rice able to knock that out of Lloyd's possession as Dwan picks that up. Webb able to get the ball to Matt Dixon. He's able to clear it to Matt Rice, getting possession for Loyola.
Loyola's got to settle down here a bit on this offensive possession here. They seem to force the issue too much on their last trip. And when you give up a run like they have, it's important to get back to the basics and establish your offense, which worked so well in the first half.
It's going to be Niehaus, Burnham, and Gravanti in at midfield for Loyola. Cook now at X. It's be Tolker in the corner taking Lloyd. Pass to Burnham goes high. This is going to be BL on the clear. Gets it over to Matt Griever. It's now going to be Ryer Shell getting through the ride of Loyola. Just over 6:20 left in the ball game. BL now only down 1, 7-6. It's going to be Smith. Low shot on the turnaround on Doyle guarded him. Gets it to go. Ties the game up at 7. 6:06 left in the fourth.
What hasn't been working all day for the Lakers offense has suddenly been clicking here in this fourth quarter. And the roles have basically switched. Loyola dominated in the first quarter. BL has taken the game over suddenly here in the fourth.
Loyola's only had one goal since the start of the second quarter, being extremely slow after that electric 6-1 first quarter run. Moxley picks that up for BL. It's now going to be Pietramala up top. Glatz now taking it behind, guarded by Doyle. Get it over to Hopper Sakala.
Lakers have scored their last 3 goals off the pick and roll, and there they go again. It's going to be up to Loyola to communicate, either go through the pick or switch.
Ryer Shell trying to get it over to number 14, Gavin McLaren, as Matt Rice picks that up. Larkin shoots the ball, goes wide, so that's going to be Corse picking up behind the goal in the fast break. Cook now in the alley, getting it over to Hayden Miller. Miller swinging it back up to Kevin Tucker towards midfield. Loyola's got to get some off-ball movement going, try to find something to get open. But try to rely on Hayden Miller and his dodging so far in this game. Hasn't been to too much of an effect. Tucker, low shot, saved by Stoller. It's going to be Nate Krause on the clear. Gets it over to Ben Smith as he'll pull it out.
This goalie matchup certainly hasn't disappointed today. Stoller up to double-digit saves as well, and he's really come to life in this second half, keeping his Lakers team in it.
Definitely, that's going to be Jackson Walsh taking it behind the goal, guarded by number 39, Peter Lake. It's going to be Peter Mala now at X, looking to get the pick from Moreland. His turnaround shot goes high. So it's going to stay BL ball.
We're approaching crunch time here, Joe, and down the stretch, you're going to see both offenses orchestrate with their best playmakers. It's been Ben Smith for the Lakers today and Kevin Tucker for Loyola.
Moreland guarded by Brendan Bateman. Taking it behind, looking to get that turnaround shot. Gets it over to Peter Mala. Pacheco guarded by Hawes. Is they're going to say that's good. And BL is going to take their first lead of the day, up 8-7 with 3:14 left in the fourth. Definitely would call a timeout if I was Coach Ubiaco. Got some regrouping to do defensively, giving up 5 straight goals.
Right. I can't understand why a timeout hasn't been called. Should have been called 2 or 3 goals ago even.
Definitely, you would think after 5, you'd see some sort of timeout called by Loyola to get some defensive regrouping in.
Right, if you can't break the momentum with a goal of your own, which Loyola has been unable to do, the next best thing would just be to call a timeout, get your guys to take a deep breath and regroup.
It's going to be Rice getting possession for Loyola as Chorus takes it down the alley. Chorus getting it to Mason Cook at X. Dixon now up top, guarded by Grievers. They'll put a pole on Kevin Tucker. Miller's low shot goes wide. That's going to be Archer on the backup, getting possession for BL.
Looks like this will be the biggest defensive possession of the year for Loyola. Got to put a stop to this run, and down 2 goals without a minute left would be tough to overcome.
2:20 left in the ballgame. As BL's up 8-7. That's going to be Hopper Zapatello taking it down the alley, guarded by number 24, Jack Schoenwetter. Zapatello's going to take it at X. BL trying to drain out this clock. Just over 40 seconds left on the shot clock. So we're under 2 minutes left in the ballgame. BL's trying to drain out this clock. Try to hold out possession for as long as they can. Bounce shot by Zapatello, no good. Picked up by Pietramala. Is Larkin able to knock that out? Larkin gets it back to Jack Webb. Webb looked to get it up, and they got picked up by Ryer Shell. As Loyola lost possession on that clear. It looks like if BL can run this play clock out, Loyola will only have about 3 or 4 seconds of possession. With that, there's going to be a timeout called. Great run in this fourth quarter by BL.
Well, it's certainly tough to beat a team twice, especially in the MIAA. Certainly a lot of time left here. Loyola's going to have to double the ball. Expect Webb to take the open man and come out of the goal. But up to this point, Boys Latin has been the better team when it mattered late in this game.
Definitely. Loyola started off with that 6-1 run to end the first, but was slow offensively ever since, only having one goal since the start of the second quarter. BL went into halftime down 6-2, came back, was down 7-3 at one point, got 2 goals in a span of about 10 seconds, bringing it to 7-5, and has gone on a run, now up 8-7 with 1:07 left. It's 63 left on the play clock. Excuse me, the shot clock. Loyola's got to force some kind of a turnover with doubling the ball. They're going to have to pull Webb out of the goal for this. Try to force a turnover and get possession.
Right, I expect Matt Rice to be on the ball. He's their quickest long pole.
Looks like on the defensive side for Loyola, they're going to go with Dwan, Larkin, and Doyle on close defense, with Hawes, Schoenwetter, and Rice in at midi. Of course, Jack Webb in the goal. It's like they're going to start off with Pietramala in the back corner. They're going to double with Rice and Larkin. I like this double team on Pietramala. Pietramala hasn't been very effective all day, especially been guarded by A.J. Larkin. And you put another pull and Matt Rice on him. That's going to be another timeout called by BL. 54 seconds left in the game, 50 left on the shot clock. BL calling a timeout, regather themselves. Hopefully for them to run out this shot clock and try to end off with the win, as Loyola would only have 4 seconds left if they ran off the shot clock.
Right, BL just called its last timeout just as Pietramala was getting himself into a bit of trouble. Larkin did a nice job of pressuring the top side. And if he can turn Pietramala back into Matt Rice's direction, there's going to be a collision and possibly a loose ball.
Definitely. We've seen for Loyola how strongly A.J. Larkin has played against Don Pietramala, and also how well Matt Rice has played as a long stick midi in these past couple games, switching from a short stick to a long pole. So it looks like it is going to be Pietramala taking it in the alley for BL. Picked up by Rice and Larkin. Oh, it looks like they're going to call a flag there on Loyola. It looks like they're going to call a trip. It's not what you want to see if you're Loyola. Pietramala is just going to throw it up to Ben Smith, now guarded by Jack Webb. So it looks like Loyola is going to be doubling the ball. As Dwan able to knock it out of possession for Jackson Walsh. So it looks like that's going to be a penalty on number 23, Matt Rice. So that's going to send him to the box. Loyola's going to go on their man-down defense. So Rice will be man down. Looks like Rice will be man down will be in the box for a minute, excuse me. Then I'll reset that possession clock to 80 for BL, so they just got to run out this possession. It's like Tucker's going to now double the ball with Larkin. Larkin and Tucker got to do something, try to get Pietramala either out of bounds. Because Pietramala is just going to heave that ball up, heave that out of bounds. It's going to be 4 seconds left. Loyola will have possession. Need a miracle happen. Webb's just going to heave it. As time runs out, and BL coming back in the fourth quarter, going on a 5-0 run, will get the win and advance in the playoffs. That's heartbreaking loss for Loyola.
This is going to sting for a while, especially you feel for those 23 seniors who poured their heart and soul into this program. But I have no doubt in my mind these guys are going to do great things, whether that's lacrosse at the next level or whatever interest they decide to pursue. It's been a pleasure to watch.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'd like to thank our producer, Jay Patotsky, our cameraman and club moderator, Mr. Nitty. For Alex MD, I'm Joe Eldridge. Thank you and have a great day.